Hi everybody, this is the Big J and BB Show. I am Dan the Freakster Frigo alongside Joey Real Talk in Toronto and Ryan the Green Machine Ebner.
Aw, yeah, boys, we're back. And that's, well, I guess a unfamiliar voice doing it. I don't know. He hasn't done it in a while, but
It's been
some time, but we have...
Before the Big J and BB Show days.
Oh, yeah, we've been doing it forever. So that is Dan the Freakster Frigo here today. Doing one of his last podcasts before he leaves us. It's going to be pretty cool, though. Sweating your balls off and everything.
Yeah, in Arizona, that'll be fun. In the Phoenix area. I think that's the last one. Like, we kind of do it
before
with, like, Pete and everybody. We kind of do, like, the Skype calls or, like, you know, even, like, Discord. Because, like, that's really easy to do. And I have my own headset and stuff like that. So we can find a way to do that somehow, you know.
Maybe we could find a way to record it on Xbox and we'd all play a game while doing a podcast.
Yeah, or,
super fun. These are great ideas.
Remember we won't do any of them, but we're saying
Remember them, you know. But this is the Big J and BB Show. As always, you can find us on Facebook.com/BigJBB Twitter, it's at Big J and BB Show. And thanks to Anchor, you can find us on 10 different podcast providers, including Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Just search the Big J and BB Show. Now, before we go any further, we will let them know this is an Avengers Endgame review, but very, very much filled with spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, repeat, if you have not seen the movie Avengers Endgame, which that's weird, but go see it, come back, watch the podcast by searching the Big J and BB Show because this is filled with spoilers.
Do you want me to give the official spoiler alert? Spoiler alert!
Boom.
Now it's official.
All right, now they know.
Now there's no going back.
Yes.
Oh, we're going back because he said watch a podcast. Can you really watch a podcast?
You could if I put it on YouTube. So
if you watch the audio,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Also, youtube.com/BigJBB Show.
Now that you know. Well, there you left, all right?
Ooh, sorry. All right, here we go.
You got that excited, huh?
I did. All right,
Nervous.
so Avengers Endgame happened, and it was the end of a 22-movie saga, 3 phases from Marvel Studios, and it was a masterpiece. It was beautiful. So I'll start with what you guys think of the overall movie.
Overall, me and Ryan have watched it twice now. Probably gonna go a third time.
So we know shit.
At least a third time.
Take some notes.
I will admit, the first time I watched it, it was really great. I still thought Infinity War was better by the end.
Mm-hmm.
But after watching it the second time, I really appreciate what they did and like how it all came together. And I think Endgame might be my favorite one. Because I loved Infinity War, just like, there's this guy coming and we don't know how to fucking stop him. And then Endgame, it was just kind of like, it was a lot of comedy, it was a lot of blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, shit got serious. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, the last part of this movie is really good. I didn't really care for the first part. After watching it the second time, I really appreciated almost every moment of that movie. Mm-hmm. Because after you got that initial shock out, you're able to, like, decipher everything, and it really came down to being, like, a really well-made movie.
Yeah, I'll agree with you, Joey. I mean, to be honest, it was a movie that had you confused and shocked, and then you were excited and then heartbroken. And within 3 hours, because you go to Thanos instantly in the beginning of the movie, kill him, and you're like, well, isn't this the guy we're supposed to be fighting? And what the hell happened? And then you got all the excitement of everything building up to, you know, getting back to Infinity, go back in time and stopping Thanos. And then also we know what happens, you know, Tony Stark dies, and then also Captain America, you know, goes back in time and doesn't become Captain America anymore. You know, so everything kind of comes to an end, you know, Black Widow dies. So it was like, so far, just such a great movie. I mean, in the beginning, I will say it was a little slow, but you're building up to something that is just so great to really stay around and, like, be worth it. Like I said, I haven't seen it for a second time, so to me to really, like, understand and, like, really decipher and appreciate everything that movie had to offer, I really do want to see it for a second time just to be able to, experience that. But overall, it's just a great movie. I mean, I would love to see it again.
Yeah, again, it's the same kind of thing with Infinity War. When I saw it once, it was like, and I'm like, okay, hold on, I need to go see this a second time. Because the first time, I'm on edge the whole time. I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? Oh my god. This time, what I liked the most about it was, because I felt like Infinity War, I felt like they were kind of cocky. Like, they're like, okay, like, we've beaten everything that comes at us. We're going to take out this Thanos guy.
Like, how strong is he?
And they got fucking wrecked. So you knew, from the moment that Tony comes back and when Cap's trying to talk to him about, like, okay, did he give you any clues? And you could see how irritable Tony is and how upset and visibly visually shaken he is, especially because of Peter being dusted. You get that sense of like, oh no, they don't know what to do. And then like, yo, we're just gonna go, and Thor's like, I'm just gonna cut his head off right here within the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I didn't expect that, so what are we doing? Like, how is Thanos gonna be the big bad if you just killed him? And the man could barely walk up the stairs. I mean, damn, he looked like he'd seen, like he'd been through some shit. But the way
he did use the stones twice.
Twice, right.
Yeah.
So the way that they tied everything in together worked really well. I know a big complaint a lot of people was kind of like they don't understand the timelines now. And the Russo brothers came out and kind of said something about it. And it's like, yeah, no, they definitely created an alternate universe. That's what happened. When Cap goes back, that's an alternate universe.
There you go. Because he still technically exists before that. Because their past became their future, and their past became... Well, no, the past became their present, and their future became their past. It just flip-flop, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, they confirmed it that he did totally create an alternate timeline doing that. I was like, oh, okay then. So that's all right. Yep. That's okay.
For sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, the time traveling in movies is always weird. I know, Joe, you're a big. Nah, you don't usually like them very much.
So just same thing, standard, certain rules you have to follow.
They went about this immediately telling you this isn't Back to the Future. This isn't and they named off all the.
This isn't Hot Tub Time Machine.
Right. Die Hard.
Butterfly effect kind of thing,
Mm-hmm. And just the overall movie, the presentation. When we saw it the second time, and the hammer moves, and Cap grabs it, instant goosebumps, just instant.
So you knew it was coming. It was just like, well, I got goosebumps just now, thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like such an amazing moment.
Grab.
And the fight scene, the battle, I had tears of joy just streaming down my face because I never thought in my wildest dreams I would ever see something like that. 20-something heroes. Main heroes, right? The main cast, not even, let alone all the other, like, Doctor Strange people and everything that were there, like, and all the Wakanda people and everything, but, like, to see that many high-profile characters and cast names in one scene was just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And as a comic book fan, and then even just a fan of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe as it's been, it was like, that was an emotional, like, oh my god, like, I'm getting this. Like, this moment is amazing. And then they, like, you get all excited, and then it gets kind of sad. It gets a little...
It gets really fucking sad.
It's pretty fucking
sad. The first time I ever teared up in a movie, it's not my thing. Like, I mean, usually, movie's a movie, I know. But, like, invested so much time and, and, like, putting so much effort in, like, all these characters and, like, not even just in the movies, comics and games and everything. You try to read up about them and... you just get so invested, and it happens. Like, wow, man, like, I actually cry and feel sad over something that doesn't even exist. Like, I don't know, it's just weird to me.
Well, if you think about it, it's, 11 years?
Yeah.
We were about 15, so you were about 13,
yeah.
12, 13. So, like, almost half our life was in this MCU universe.
Right.
It was Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
Yeah.
The entire time.
The whole cast is the cast.
Yeah, I did not know. I totally forgot that he shows up at the end of Incredible Hulk. That he's in that movie. That was his second appearance in the MCU. Totally forgot about that. Until maybe a few hours ago, I was going through something and it was showing you each movie he was in, and I was like, because he's been in like 10 out of the 22 movies he's been in, like 10, I think. Okay. And I was like, what? And I went back and watched it. Yeah, it's him, because he meets with General Ross and he talks to them about some type of problem, because after Avengers 1, or Iron Man 1, when you're moving into Iron Man 2, Samuel Jackson, as Nick Fury, hires him to be a consultant for S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's what he's in the process of doing, is kind of trying to set up this Avengers team. And I totally forgot about that. Probably because I've only seen that movie once. But I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's the Hulk.
I'm like, oh. And it's not even the actual actor they use anymore. It wasn't even Mark Ruffalo. It was Edward Norton.
Yeah.
But overall, this is an amazing movie. Like Dan said, big tears, man. Big tears.
It was like after the movie. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But after the moment when he gets the stones is just huge. Like, and he sits there and it's the pause and the emphasis of I am Iron Man. Boom. And you're just like, and then he's just dead as
Well, not immediately.
Oh, you know
That's
he's
the
totally
thing.
dying.
He's not immediately
Yeah,
dead.
he had to drag it on a little bit. Spider-Man had to get in there and cry a little too.
Warming. I love that. Were you happy that it was the three of them that went to him? Or do you wish it would have been
It's the
Cap?
most fitting.
Do you wish it would have been Cap?
I feel like they already made their amends, though.
They did. They did.
So I don't think they needed to wrap
But
it
you
up.
saw, I do like that they panned to him and Thor, and you see them crying, like especially Cap.
Yeah.
Because I love it. Like the thing he said was like, remember their exchange in Avengers? Is it Avengers 1? It is Avengers 1. When he says to him, take away your suit. What are you? And he's like billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. And he's like, you're not the one to lay it on the line. When literally Tony Stark has literally tried to sacrifice himself from that moment in every big movie. Avengers 1, he takes the missile, the nuke into space. Ultron, he was willing to kill himself to try and blow it up, the country.
The big ship thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And then this Infinity War, he's willing to die to beat Thanos.
Yeah, he went to Titan.
And then here, he did the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then on the same flip side of that, he calls that Captain America, everything you were was made in a jar. And there he is in this moment holding the hammer because he's so worthy. So I thought all of that, when the more you start to dive into these movies, was beautiful. But like you said, he wasn't actually dead yet. He was like kind of coherent, but not really. And then I love that she says you can rest now. Because
she's like, we're okay.
Because if you remember, it's been since Iron Man 2 that Thanos has been fucking with his brain. That's when he started seeing everything.
Yeah, PTSD.
Yeah, so for that long, this guy's been in his head. And just such an amazing end, and it was just like, oh. Then they show you the funeral, and it just gets even more sad. Oh, it's just so sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
love you 3,000.
Oh, God. He's like, yeah, I don't know about you, but she told me loves me 3,000. Somewhere you're in the 600, 900 range. And I was like, oh, you're so great. Also, Paul Rudd, excellent in this movie. Absolutely excellent as Ant-Man.
He surprised me all the way through the entire time he's been Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think that kind of guy can play a role like that, but he's been very good at it.
Oh, yeah.
They've done a fantastic job. What in the movie, what shocked you?
I mean, everything at the end.
That shocked you?
I mean, the whole Captain America with the hammer.
Yep.
Fat Thor. Bruce Banner and Hulk. How have we not mentioned that?
Dab.
What is that? What's the point of that honestly pisses me off. If we're gonna talk about what's gonna piss me off,
We're gonna get there.
We'll get into that. Spoiler alert again. And then the snap.
Yeah.
You knew that Cap and or Tony were gonna die. You knew it had to happen.
You didn't know how.
You didn't know how. I kind of figured once the whole time thing was going on, I'm like, oh, I can clearly see Cap wants to go back in time and live out his life. That's pretty simple. That makes sense. But with Iron Man, I didn't see that one coming.
No.
That one that was rough.
Black Widow got me. I did not expect her to die.
And that's the thing, nobody brings up Black Widow.
No, she literally is the reason they won.
Yep.
If she doesn't make that sacrifice, you don't get the Soul Stone.
True, but I think the reason why they did it is because who the fuck cares about Hawkeye? If he died, no one's gonna be invested in him.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
I get
really
what
a
you're
big reason why.
Yeah, because
what
he's saying the reason they chose Black Widow to die instead of
Panther.
instead of Hawkeye is because people connected more to Black Widow than they did Hawkeye.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And they did.
That's in my opinion why they've chosen.
And she has pretty much been in almost as many of these movies as Cap and Iron Man.
That's exactly.
Almost. I mean, she was in Iron Man 2. She's in she's in the second Captain America. She's in the first Avengers. She's in the second Avengers. I think she's in Iron Man 3.
Civil War.
She's in Civil War. She's in Infinity War.
Yeah, she's in a lot.
Yeah, ScarJo is in most of the movies. So I literally, when I saw them go into Vormir, I'm like, oh shit, one of them has to die. It's totally Hawkeye. I was like, makes so much sense. He's lost his family. He went on this huge fucking murder spree as Ronin. Fucking badass. I wish we would have got more Ronin.
I wish they said Ronin.
Right. Because that character is so cool in the comics, but it was kind of like, it felt like they just did it just to do it. Like, they're like, he's going to be Ronin, because he can be, and that's just what we're gonna do. Because they wanted you to see that he kind of had like this darker side to him, right? But I was like, oh, perfect. This is he's gonna feel like this is his retribution. He's gonna bring his family back, and they're like, nope, it's fucking Scarlett Johansson and Black Widow, and I was like, oh, she's got a movie coming out. And they're like, oh, it's a prequel. Now they're saying it's a prequel. They didn't say shit beforehand.
Well, yeah, why would they?
They're like, oh, it's a prequel now, and I'm like, oh, but I think it's more. It's not prequel like before the Avengers. I think they said it actually takes place either right after the first Avengers or right after Age of Ultron. One of the two. But I don't think it's an actual prequel. But there's a lot of things with that, like the fact that I kind of thought maybe she'd come back. They would be able to find a way to bring her back, and they might, in future movies. I don't know. But I feel like they probably won't. I feel like that'll probably be the end.
A way to
Well,
like
if they
make
get
it
all
not
the
come
Dragon
back.
Balls, they could.
Yeah,
bring it
wish them back, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. I saw they did while they're doing the press tour for this, they did a Jimmy Kimmel interview, and Robert Downey Jr. is talking about coming back. Because that's Jimmy Kimmel's the one that always gets them first on the shows because Disney, ABC, and ScarJo jokingly was like, "Oh, Robert, we're not coming back," and now it's like, "Oh, you're not," because your characters are dead as fuck now, and I'm sad as fuck about it. That's probably what shocked me. Did anything really what? Well, you probably hit on it, but what shocked you?
So definitely, I'll say the first thing was the Thanos thing in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
That was just insane. Right in the beginning, I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like
the end.
this is the guy, man. Like, was credits now? But and then I was joking, like Joey already said, Fat Thor was definitely a huge one for me. Other than that, I mean, other stuff in the Captain America thing, how I actually did about it, like the hammer, and also how I went back in time. Like that was just like huge. I was like, whoa, okay, that's actually pretty cool. I did that, and like the alternate timeline now.
Yeah.
So that actually was like a big shocker for me as well.
I also really love that they go back, and they go through different movies that we've seen, like the first Avengers, the one of the Thor movies. I think it's the second one. And they go through all these different things, and Hulk happened to take the stairs. Like those are things you didn't see obviously in the movie, but like they make so much sense because you're like, oh yeah, well duh, like how'd they get everything out of there? What did they fucking do? And you got to see it, and I think it brought realism to those moments. You know what I mean? But I love that, and he's like, Ant-Man's like, is that Axe body spray? And like all those things was just. Those little things they did was really awesome. But yeah, no, everything. I don't know about you, but like as I'm watching that movie and they're fighting Thanos, the three of them, I totally fucking forgot that everybody else was probably brought back to life. Totally forgot until Sam gets on the earpiece and is like, Cap. Also, who the fuck has all those earpieces in for them to be synchronized like that? Literally everybody. Valkyrie had one somehow. When she's flying, they're like, anybody see an ugly van? And then she's like, yeah, right here. Like, how the fuck did you hear that? You guys all have earpieces?
You figured from the time that Hulk did the snap to the time that actually they showed up, a lot of time passed.
True.
Like an absurd amount of time. Because you gotta figure the whole thing blew up, they went underwater.
They had to each go and get them.
Yeah, they had to get up and get there. Yeah, so you figure Doctor Strange probably got his monks. It was like, hey, I need you to get these people. And then I'm sure Bucky or Sam had all these earpieces and they picked them up and they probably just went to each string like.
It's not the hard thing to believe with that kind of universe.
You're right. I know.
I'll look past. But
like if we want to break it down, that's probably how it happened.
I want to break down Iron Man's suit because what the fuck. But I also want to bring up too, like, okay, how did he get the Infinity Stones off the gauntlet from Thanos and just instantly got into him?
So
like, what? Because he created the gauntlet.
Yeah, but how did he just instantly
because he has that nanotech. So
what
we assumed is that when he grabs his hand, switches it. He puts the nanotech, takes that hand and puts it on here, and his other hand on the Thanos.
Okay.
And that's why.
Yeah, because remember when they were putting the stones on the gauntlet, I guess, was closed. But as the stones started moving, they opened up. And the glove, or the gauntlet, whatever it is, started to adjust to the stones.
Okay.
Just like when Hulk put his hand in, it adjusted.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's adaptive, so it's a fail-safe.
I'm guessing that's how he did it, that's how he did it. But yeah, that entire moment, Doctor Strange throwing up the one, I'm like, oh my god, Ant-Man's going in his ass, this is it.
Yeah.
But everything, I thought that movie was good, but there were things that you didn't like, so what didn't you like? Or, well, yeah, we'll start with what you didn't like.
What I didn't like, I didn't like Hulk.
Okay, why?
Hulk right now is just a pointless character, like extremely pointless. For the fact of Bruce Banner was a cool character, and Hulk itself was a cool character. But when you combined them, they became a very boring, blank, just thing.
Yeah, I mean, the part about that gets... I mean, obviously, with Tony gone, he's the brains. Has to be. He's the next smartest human being. Has to be him. But it's because then, like, there was no aggression. There was no rage anymore.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, what's the point of being the Hulk?
Yeah, that's
There's
the
no
point of the
Hulk
Hulk.
there. You're just big.
Yeah.
And that's literally it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was... That pissed me off because it's like, okay, well, in Infinity War, I get that Hulk got his ass kicked. He didn't want to come back out. I'm like, next movie, Hulk's gonna fucking rage. Not a single thing.
Just that guy.
Well, he snapped. That was... He did the snap.
He did. That was literally the only reason that he existed in this movie was
Yeah.
for the snap.
Yeah.
Because during the final fight, he literally did nothing. Because Carlos shot out to Carlos.
You see him fighting a little bit.
No.
But you know he's got that bum arm.
He did, but I mean, he's still the fucking Hulk.
Right. But
If he was the Hulk, he would just be like, well, I'm fucking pissed. Oh, now I'm huge and I'm going to kick some ass. He did not a fucking thing. He kind of just stood there. with
yeah,
his bum-ass
I
arm.
saw him fight some people. I saw him do a little bit. But, I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. But
For the most part, other than the snap, and
there was no reason for it.
there was no reason. Because even, like, I get the smartest thing, but Tony came up with everything. He came up with the time travel.
Right, but remember he says that he's not going to do it, so they have to go to Hulk.
They did the try, but Tony perfected it.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
without him, none
Which
of
is
that
what
would
which
happen.
what should have happened. I mean, Tony is was the smartest character in that universe.
Yeah.
True.
Until we get Reed Richards, it's gonna be dope.
So unless you're going to use Hulk or Bruce Banner or Bruce Hulk, whatever the fuck you want to call them, unless you're going to use him as like a Professor X, where he just kind of fucking sits there and tells
Professor
you what to
Hulk?
do. Yeah, like unless you're doing that with him, there's no point to have that character.
I don't
in this
really know what they're
universe.
gonna do. It's hard because I know it's like you would like them to do like World War Hulk and all these stories. I just don't think they want to go into those because I don't think that they feel there's enough truly invested into the Hulk character. To be honest, there just isn't. The Hulk character, once he left after Age of Ultron, it was just kind of like not. I mean, he was really cool in Ragnarok, you know, when he was the Hulk, but it just
His character is very linear, in my opinion. There's not much to it.
yeah.
It's just, professor, okay, angry green guy, destroy stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, how much of a story do you really need to know? Like, you already know what he does.
Unless you bring out Red Hulk and She Hulk and like
Well, see, She-Hulk would be great.
yeah, unless you're bringing all of
that's-
them.
But see,
there's-
I think he
that's
sells
different
that much,
though.
though.
See,
That's the
because
thing.
She-Hulk's different because She-Hulk is in control of it.
yeah.
So She-Hulk's able to just be a normal fucking person. She's green all the time. It's just who she is. She's a lawyer. I mean, like that's okay. But see, then if you don't like Professor Hulk, well, then what are you gonna do when She-Hulk comes around and she's just normal and just talking to you, but then she'll just beat the shit out of people?
The only thing I can think is of like we introduced Red Hulk. And
Maybe
then,
because General Ross has been there the whole time, and they refuse to bring it
I still,
because he is Red Hulk.
I,
He's,
Right,
I just
right.
don't think people really care for Hulk.
No, I agree with you.
I agree with why they're
not
there's
pushing
not
the
much money
I
to
agree
it.
with you 100%.
Yeah.
Edward Norton was fantastic as the Hulk. He was very good. He's a really shitty Bruce Banner, but he's a really cool Hulk. Mark Ruffalo, really badass Bruce Banner, not really that cool of a Hulk. But I don't know if that's necessarily his fault or just the storytelling of Hulk. Like you said, it is super linear.
Yeah.
Was there anything you didn't like about the movie?
So, one thing I really was saying, I know how, like, when Black Widow sacrifices herself and you can't get her back because that's how that works with the Soul Stone. Well, then, how come in the past they can get Gamora, but she technically got sacrificed, but then she's in the future?
Because
Why
she's
couldn't
Why can't they just
they
because
didn't
she's-
get Gamora.
because
That's-
she's 2014 Gamora.
Yeah.
Okay, go back to Black Widow back in that time then. Just bring her back.
Oh
If you
yeah.
really want to bring her back.
That see,
But
this
now
is
basically,
where
like-
this is where Guardians 3 is going to play a pivotal role in what we're doing, because you at the end when Thor's on there with them and you see him looking at Gamora missing. See, you can take that two ways. One, Quill is trying to find the original Gamora,
Mm-hmm. Which she is. I think.
or two, did the 2014 Gamora say peace and just took off?
Well, yeah, he's looking for that Gamora because Because remember how they said.
I'm saying he doesn't know that you can't bring her back. You know what I mean? What if he just assumes that she's back? Because of the snap. That's the thing. This is why they do a very good job of not really telling you what the fuck he's doing. He's just looking for a Gamora. Who Gamora? Why Gamora? You don't know. But that's the interesting part, because if you are looking for 2014 Gamora, then isn't the Gamora in 2014 just not there?
Why is she not? She didn't go back in time.
So she wouldn't be there then, right?
No, she would be in this current universe.
Right. So 2014 Gamora is just gone. Not there.
Technically,
she's still there.
There's like Thanos in 2014 is not there.
Wild. All of it's wild.
Which doesn't, like, I don't
get this is exactly what I was saying. Time travel in movies is the stupidest fucking
But
thing.
I do think for what... if it's gonna go the way I think... Because, okay. Thanos came to be because there was an unbalance in the universe. Correct? Okay. I have to assume at some point that a big bad at some point is either going to be Kang the Conqueror, who travels through all the different timelines and, and kills a bunch of people, or, more likely, it's Galactus. And if you set it up where, like, the fucking timelines are all fucked up and the realities are starting to get fucked up, okay, well, now here's a reason for Galactus to show up and be like, well, fuck you guys, we need to get rid of these fuckers. You know what I mean? So, like, I get... If it's going to lead to something, it has to. Something has to be. Because now they're commenting on it. Now they're saying that there's alternate realities and all these things. Something has to happen. Whether it's in Doctor Strange 2, whenever it is, this has to lead to something. Because, okay, well then that leads me to, what's next?
Well, what pissed you? Or
what made me mad?
Yeah.
If anything.
That's hard, because I really, all in all, really enjoyed almost every aspect of that movie.
It's a very Ryan answer. I don't want that answer.
That my thing that really kind of... You know what annoyed me? You know what annoyed me? For months, for over almost a year, we broke down how the fuck is Ant-Man getting out of the quantum realm. And it's a fucking rat. That's what pissed me off. The humor in that is so great, but I'm just like, really? That's it? All this thinking. Everything that it could be. That's it. You're telling me that his kid never thought, fuck, man, maybe I should go look what's in my dad's van. It was like 5 years later. She looked kind of old.
Well, that was...
Hope. Or,
yeah, but that was not his van, though.
That was
not the Lang's van.
Yeah.
Well, then again...
It says Lang in the thing.
It did say Lang, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
I thought that was Hank Pym's van.
No, it's, what's his name?
Too.
No, it's the Mexican guy's name.
Oh, yeah.
It's his van.
I know the actor.
You know, the one's like, when he explains everything. But, like, I'm like, out of all the hypnotizing and the how are they going to get him out? Rat stepped on a button. I said, fuck.
It's going to be something that nobody's going to think of.
And that's what pissed me off, if anything. That pissed me off.
Too easy in your eyes?
Yeah, it was. I thought there could have been way more complex about it. I get it. We're just trying to get to where we're going.
There was no need for complexity.
I get it. But we thought there was going to be.
It totally made sense that Ghost was going to show up.
Yes. I was so hyped for that, too. Because she didn't do shit in the movie, in the Ant-Man Wasp movie. But she was so cool. Her character was like the whole story of her character and everything. You're like, oh, she's going to be badass in the future. And I'm like, bet she's going to go do something with the quantum realm. No. Fuck that. Not even what's his nuts. The one that was helping her. Hercules or whatever his name is.
I forget his name.
Cannot remember
I know
his
the
hero
actor,
name.
I don't remember the name
Yeah,
of the movie.
I can't remember.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, you're right.
I remember his name.
He was the professor at the college, right?
Yeah, and he's the one that used to work with Hank Pym.
We just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Goliath. That's his name, his hero name. It's Goliath.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. But that's probably the only thing I would really knock him for. And the Hulk thing I get, but I'm like, whatever, fuck it. Like, I've just accepted we're not going to have a cool Hulk moment. That's okay. I guess I got it in the first two Avenger movies. I don't need it again, I suppose.
So he had a funny moment, though, where, like, Hulk smash, he just, like, takes the card, like,
that was great. That was hilarious. He goes, I find this super gratuitous. Rips his fucking wife beater off. Oh, smash.
Takes the bike and
Right.
like lightning
Yep.
throws it.
It's funny.
I was like, okay, no, moment two was like at the end when Peter Quill and Thor were at the like deciding
Who's
who's
the
actually
leader?
captain. Yeah, he's like, I'm the captain, right? He's like, yeah, of course.
And someone said they hope they keep Fat Thor. You're totally not keeping Fat Thor.
I hope in the beginning, like you see, it's not just ripped to shredded again. It's like, that's boring. I want to see you the transition.
What
okay?
did I say?
Right.
I thought that like the first right away, the first scene of the movie is gonna be him like shaving and him like you're seeing him like not fat as fuck anymore probably.
I want to see extra skin Thor, you know?
Oh yeah. Korg, super fucking hilarious when he's playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh hey man, we got some beers in the over here and have some pizza. We're doing pretty cool over here, man.
What was it, Noob Slayer 69?
Yeah, Noob Slayer
Yeah,
called me a dickhead again. Noob Slayer 69, I will find you. I was like, that was so great. I'll shove your control up your butt. And I was like, oh my god, Dad Thor's so great. And now everyone can have a Thor bod.
True.
So
Now it's
fucking
okay.
cool. Now it's awesome.
Now it's okay.
So we know Spider-Man's next. That's the one thing. That's the only thing we know. And the TV shows. We know there's a Loki TV show coming to the Disney Network, which totally is, like you said, Joe. It was set up because of the
Tesseract.
Tesseract, right? Yeah, when he disappears, it has to be what it
Yeah,
is.
because like, oh, he disappeared and they never explained where it happened. Oh, well, he went to go do his own show.
Yeah.
And that's probably where the show's going to start. It's him coming out and be like, well, whatever, I'm Loki, yeah.
Sam
Loki
and Bucky,
things.
we already know.
Mhm.
It's totally going to be, I think, Sam adjusting to having the shield and being kind of like the Captain America, and Bucky being there to help
That
him.
would be cool.
Being
Though.
the White
I
Wolf.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Bucky will be there to assist him and be the White Wolf. Yeah. Kind of surprised they didn't give it to Bucky, but at the same time, I was like, no, I think this is probably going to Sam. I get it. Made sense. Both of them have had it at points in time, so it's fine. But what I do love about this is that they opened the door, because they don't. Captain America technically didn't die. You didn't see him die. He's just old. So they could totally do the story where he eventually comes back and he's a little younger and he's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. They can always do that too. They kept it there open because they're very key, the Russo brothers and the Kevin Feige of saying, well, we're not done with Chris Evans yet. They're not done with him yet. He's done right now. We're not done with him yet. Which makes sense.
You figure if he went back in time, right, to live out his life,
Yeah.
technically the Captain America that's frozen in ice,
Still exists.
well, he might. That
I
was
think
never
they did
explained
say
either.
that there's two. In his reality, there's two Captain Americas. There's the one on ice that then goes and does everything.
That is
Then there's this Captain America. And it's just like, oh. But
It's just weird.
I feel like eventually we'll get some type of talk about that at some point. But then we have WandaVision. And I don't know how this is going to work because Vision's dead.
Yeah.
So, but someone said, I don't remember who it was, that Shuri downloaded his file before he was died. I don't know. But the show is focused around Wanda and
Okay.
Vision traveling through time.
Huh.
So again, quantum realm stuff, I would assume. I don't know how that one's gonna work. That one's a little hush hush. But those are the three main Marvel shows we know are coming, and we know there's a Black Widow movie. But as I've said, they've said it's a prequel, supposedly. So, what's next? Phase 3 ends with Spider-Man, so what's Phase 4? Where are we going?
You go Young Avengers. You already set up the whole thing.
When do you get an Avengers movie, though?
After you build up some characters.
So you're going to do some solos for a
Because
while.
in this movie, they've already set up everybody that's going to take over the
So,
prior.
yeah, they already know. They already had the background.
Okay, who's your
origins,
Avengers
so-
team, then?
So you got Captain Marvel.
Mhm.
You got Ant-Man. You got Ant-Man's daughter, who will be joining.
Oh, okay.
Because they've mentioned that a couple
You
times
think
now.
be joining? I don't think.
I don't know if
I
she's
think
going to be in the
Ant-Man's
I don't know if she'll be
Avengers.
joining the
I think they'll
Avengers.
help.
She'll definitely be a part of the...
She's going to be part of the
the
Young
version.
Avengers,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the new Avengers.
Right. Oh, so wait, am I talking about the new Avengers or the Young Avengers?
It's up to you. It's your point.
So, okay.
It's your opinion here.
Well, it's gonna be both.
Okay, of course. I
So they're
get
gonna
that.
say like everybody in general, and then the one kid from Iron Man 3
You think he's going to
that
be
was up
something?
in the back, he's gonna take
Oh,
over the
yeah,
new Tony
yeah.
Stark. Him,
Could you imagine if he doesn't? Can you imagine if that was just a throwaway just to have him there?
just to have him there?
I
I'd be
doubt
upset.
that though.
I doubt
There's got to
that
be
too,
some
but-
meaning behind that. Yeah.
But you figure Pepper Potts already proved that she knows how to fly the suit, and came in as rescue.
Awesome.
So-
moment. Totally underrated moment.
I could definitely see that she takes over something too, along with
Well,
the
she's
kid.
done. Gwyneth Paltrow's done.
Okay.
So she's done. So
That
I'm
doesn't
like,
mean Pepper Potts is done though.
oh, okay.
Just went random, just like throughout, like.
Yeah, he's getting
I've
another,
done it
blonde, he's
before,
getting
I
another
guess.
blonde bitch. It's the same thing. But
fine.
but
Okay.
that one kid will probably definitely take over because they said he's very smart. He helped Tony with all of his technology. He could probably take over the Stark industry.
Okay.
He could probably be the next guy, or he could be the next villain.
Could be his daughter.
That could be a spoiler
daughter
too.
could always do something too.
Daughter's extremely young though.
Oh, well, she's like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know how far we're going here.
We've also seen, obviously, you got Scarlet Witch. You got the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Black Panther.
You got Black Panther, of course.
Your
Then-
boy.
Yeah, you got Doctor Strange. You got Spider-Man. Really, in all reality, you did not lose much. Because you got Hawkeye / Ronin still.
Do you think you see him again? I think you only see him if he gets a TV show.
Yeah.
I think that character's story is done. The arc is over. But his daughter's is not.
Well, remember how he said at the very beginning, "Hey, come on, Hawkeye,"
Yeah.
because he's already done being Hawkeye.
Well, there's an actress, I cannot remember her name. Everyone assumed that she was going to play Hawkeye's daughter older, and that was what's going to be the movie, but supposedly her scenes were cut from the movie. So we'll see what that's for. But I could see that, his daughter eventually taking over. Just like Ant-Man's daughter.
Yeah. We also still got
Very cool.
Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Wasp.
She's the king or queen of Asgard
Yeah,
now.
New
And
Asgard.
you got Wasp.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got a huge team with them still being built.
True.
Like I
will
said, in all
say-
reality, you did not you lost huge pieces, but you didn't lose a lot of
So
people.
you can rebuild pretty
So-
easy with what you got.
So we
Yeah.
know the Eternals are coming. They've said that.
Yeah.
You have, I'm not even going to, Shang something. I cannot remember that name. The Chinese superhero that they're doing.
Ooh, yeah.
Can't remember his name, but he's coming. I want to say Liu Kang, and I'm like, that's totally Mortal Kombat. That's not him.
He's been playing it, doesn't mean it's a character, right?
Oh, yeah. Now, Thor going with Guardians is great. Because I don't know if you could have done another Thor movie and it would have been right. Especially now because Asgard's on Earth. I don't know how that would have worked.
Yeah, plus, because technically Loki's dead.
Right.
Because in this timeline, Loki's dead.
Yeah.
Just like Gamora's dead.
And
Yeah.
Valkyrie's the queen now. So
Yes,
what's
and then
he really gonna do?
and then Thor's father's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Hela, we don't know
We
if she's
assume.
necessarily dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
His
But as
mom.
far as like all of his like villains are going,
No, I think this made perfect sense, and I loved it that he was going to be with the Guardians because it adds another layer to the Guardians and another layer to Thor. So
Mhm.
all in all,
And the humor's
pretty
great
awesome.
for both of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
get a different team. Honestly, I mean it's
Mhm.
it's gonna be fun to see a different type of team
Exactly.
for Guardians for 3, and James Gunn's back, so that's gonna be awesome. We know he's not working on the script till 2020, where he starts working on the movie because I think the script's already pretty much done, but working on it because he's got to finish directing Suicide Squad first. But we know it, like I said, Eternals, the Chinese superhero, a Black Widow prequel.
well, also gotta remember we still have Adam Warlock coming because they already teased that.
I'm assuming that's in Guardians 3
So
Okay.
because that was a Guardians thing.
probably won't happen, but I think it'd be really cool if somehow in like Spider-Man universe, like they introduce like Daredevil.
Yeah.
Somehow bring him into the team
Uh-huh.
somehow. That'd be so freaking cool to bring Daredevil actually in the movie theater on big screen again instead of just a TV show. Obviously
Yeah, because I
canceled
think
it,
there's
but-
certain heroes like the ones on Netflix that don't need movies because they're not. I don't think their profile is big enough to fit into a movie. But see, I don't know because now you're giving me the Eternals, and I never even gave a fuck about the Eternals. But
Why?
now I'm gonna give a fuck about them. That wasn't a huge thing for me when I was reading the comics. It wasn't.
I'm sure it's like
It was
Guardians
more of
as
a
well.
background thing. Like,
Guardians
oh,
is
they
probably
are the
the same thing.
Eternals, yeah. But they're getting their own movie. Angelina Jolie supposedly is the one of the actresses for it.
Oof.
That's what I'm saying. You already got me hooked. But my big
I'll
thing.
go grab something.
Okay.
Alright.
My big thing is that okay. So I bet you do not get. Oh, you got your poster. You do not get an Avengers movie probably for at least 5 years.
Okay. So I got this big oil painting with just about every major Marvel character here.
Mhm.
So as we see, we got our Celestials up here. For the people who can't see, they're up here. There's a lot you could do with what we're looking at, and this isn't even nearly everybody. You got whatever the fuck that is, the planet.
That's
face-
Ego. That's Peter Quill's dad.
Oh, makes sense.
Dead. He was an Eternal. Alright, he was a Celestial. Dead.
Yeah, he was a Celestial. That's right. Yeah, you got this dude.
Mook.
Was it
MODOK?
MODOK. That's what it is, MODOK. You got Red Hulk. I mean, you've got a lot that you could work with here.
And it's only going to get bigger because now you own
Yeah,
Fantastic Four and you own
Cage.
and you own the X-Men.
Punisher,
Iron Fist.
Ghost Rider,
Who just got a show, by the way. Did you see that?
Venom.
You guys, anybody see that? Ghost Rider?
We
Oh,
did?
did
I didn't see that either. Wow.
So if you haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., highly recommend you do. One of the past seasons, the actor, he played Robbie Reyes, which is not, what's his nuts? Not the one Nicolas Cage played. That's a different guy. Because Ghost Rider's like 3 people. He's been like 3 people so far. There's the bike.
Yeah.
Then there's this
Nicolas
one with
Cage,
the Challenger.
Okay.
That's why I think it's so fucking cool. He's got a Challenger.
Yeah, same.
But
Right there
he,
with
that actor actually got signed for his own show on Hulu. Now that
I
might
did
mean
see that actually.
might
Okay.
mean that all the Netflix shows are going to move to Hulu. And people are like, "Oh, but Disney has their own service." That doesn't matter. They also are 60% owners of Hulu now.
Mhm.
You think they're just going to let Hulu suffer? No, they're making a boatload
And have you
of
seen
money off
anything
of
that comes off of Netflix goes straight to Hulu? So
Right. So there you go. But yeah, there's so many options. Like I said, I do not think you get an Avengers team up movie for at least 5 years. I think
5 years, really?
they're in all the interviews and with Kevin Feige, it's been very much, yeah, we're gonna focus on solo movies again for a while.
Well, because you figure they got to build people up again.
You love those characters, but do you love those characters because of themselves, or did you love them because they were teaming up with the Avengers? See, that's what you're gonna find out. How much do you really love Scarlet Witch? I'll tell you, that moment where she fucks up Thanos, one of my favorite moments in the whole movie, because all I ever thought was Scarlet Witch's potential is so high because of how strong she truly is as a hero, and it's like, fuck, they did it, and that was really awesome. Also, you noticed it the second time after Anthony brought up to us that moment, great moment as it was, where Captain Marvel comes and gets the gauntlet from Peter, and then just so happen every woman hero there just lands right in front of them, and I'm like, it felt kind of forced.
The first time I did not see that at all.
neither did I, honestly. So now he's brought up my.
But the second time when I see it, I'm like,
Forced.
oh, I totally see what you're talking about.
It was a great moment. I'm not knocking it. I loved it. We're totally getting a fucking team up movie. I guarantee it, and it's going to be fantastic because I love each one of those heroes in their own way. But I was like, damn, when you did that, it just felt like, here you go, take women power here, and I'm like, oh, all right, cool. It just felt forced, but it was still a great moment nonetheless. But solo movies are definitely coming.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe after that Avengers movie in maybe 5 years or so, that's where the hint of at least X-Men comes in.
You think it's going to be that long?
They've
before we
said
get X-Men?
now. See, Kevin Feige could be lying.
Too,
And Kevin Feige could be lying, holding the cards close to his chest. I get that. But he said it was going to be at least until after Phase 4 that you don't get the X-Men.
Wow.
But see, then it's so funny because they asked some of the writers, not the Russo brothers, but the writers, about using the Fox properties, and that they really wanted to, but legally they couldn't because they have Dark Phoenix coming out, so they couldn't do it. But they wanted to start to write them in this movie. So I'm like, but who's telling me the truth? What's going on?
Now, what if, right? Hear me out. This is a theory. Dark Phoenix, right? They gotta go into space because where the Phoenix is at, right?
If it ties into Marvel Cinematic Universe at all, I'll be shocked.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, but if it, so how do you think it would tie in?
Just either like that's where Gamora's at or something. I don't know. And then
It would
the
blow my
Guardians are
mind.
showing up.
It would blow my mind because it's set in 1990. That's one. But two, I'd be like, how the hell did they get away with pulling that off? That'd be like, I'd be less shocked if somehow Venom tied in to Spider-Man because Sony still has part of the rights to him. So I'd be like, that's not as big of a deal. But to do it in Dark Phoenix would blow my mind. In a great way. I'd be so excited. I'd be like, oh my god, finally, here we go. They're back home. But I'm also really hyped for Doctor Doom to eventually come, and that he's going to be a main villain. And I don't know if my penis can take that much erect all the time. It's going to be so...
I feel like that's not the way you're supposed to say that.
That's not.
Yeah. I don't know if it could take that much erect. But anyways,
that much blood
but yeah.
flowing at one time for a sustained amount of
I
time.
don't think it's screwed up for you, just like they did in the last movies.
Marvel has not screwed anything up yet, and let me tell you, if that's what they screw up, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Doctor Doom is such a huge villain for the Avengers in general, not just the Fantastic Four. So that would be great. But I think you can get them going before you get X-Men going. I think that's going to be the plan.
Well, because a standalone movie is like Fantastic Four, you can easily do that again, actually make it good, and then bring them in and then get people excited for it.
And like I told Joey before, you can introduce them pretty easy. The X-Men mutant thing is kind of hard to introduce, depending on how you want to do it. Now, you could just be lazy about it. And just be like, fucking happened. Here it is. Maybe the Eternals, because the Eternals are actually what lead to the mutants being created anyway. Because when they're creating these different powerful humans, they kind of fuck up and they make mutants. So, maybe that's it.
Maybe it's, since Deadpool kind of already started that a little bit, and that is Marvel, maybe their way of, since they're going back in time and making alternate whatever, maybe Deadpool just kind of shows up and is like, the fuck are you guys doing here?
I don't think that will work because he's R-rated, though. He's R-rated.
Well, they've already said that they're going to keep him as R-rated.
Yeah,
but like, can they use him in, like, in those kind of movies that'll introduce
because
him?
you just made a PG-13 version of Deadpool.
Yeah.
You did it in the movie they just released.
That was PG-13?
This past one, the one that's Deadpool 2 redone.
They re-released it.
Yeah, they released
okay,
that's a PG-13 version.
Okay.
And I think they specifically did that just to show you that, okay, but if we wanted him to be with other movies, we can totally do it.
Well, so yeah, if it's R-rated, there's no way then. Cause
no, just everything's getting beeped out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm excited. It's so funny because you're like, you really didn't lose a lot, but in my heart it says I lost a lot.
Like I said, you lost a shit ton.
You did.
But like, people-wise, you didn't lose a lot of people, but you lost a lot of people that mattered.
Yeah, heart and soul of the Avengers is gone.
Yeah.
True.
Is gone. And,
well, next phase will be that way again. We'll find people we get invested with, and the same thing will happen.
But I don't know if you could, because the thing is,
you say it.
You have another Captain America. You don't have another Iron Man.
You don't need one.
As of right now.
You see the character that you get invested into. That's all that's gonna matter.
But I don't know if I could get attached like
you
I
say
did
that.
With Robert
It's like when you get a new
Downey
dog.
Jr.
It's like, I'm not gonna love that thing, and then
I think I'm fully going to
Yeah.
invest in the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I think the second movie is gonna get me there.
I'm just
I
waiting
already
till a
love
point-
him, but I think this is it.
Just waiting for a point where they stop having to reboot Spider-Man.
They're not.
Keep
This-
going for a while.
I think
This
they
is-
already stopped.
This is so great is that they were like, oh, so I thought, did I bring this up to one of you about the whole them going back to high school things? I'm like, some of those people totally graduated. It's 5 years later. They actually talk about it. Yeah, that totally happened. Everyone that didn't get dusted graduated already. They're gone. But the reason that they show you Peter with Ned and all that, is because coincidentally, all his friends got dusted too. So that they're back on track to where they were. They're just 5 years into the future, which is kind of weird. But I was like, oh, okay.
So that makes sense of why Spider-Man Far From Home takes place after Endgame.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm really interested because I want to see how's he handling without Tony. Because in these movies, Uncle Ben's just, they didn't show you him die. I mean, obviously you know he's there and he talks about it, but I feel like Tony was pretty influential on Peter. So this is going to be like super hard to see how has he been coping with it. Mm-hmm. And now we're seeing the pictures and it's like Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio because it's like they look like they're like friends. Like they're handshaking and it looks like they're working together. But I still feel like at some point in the movie he's got to be the villain as Mysterio. I don't think you can just keep Mysterio as a good guy. That'd be really weird. And I'd already be instantly.
Well, he's an illusionist, so he's probably just playing a game.
Well, the way it seems is that Nick Fury is recruiting him and Spider-Man. They work together, but I think that like I think all the things in the trailer you see with like the sand guy, it's not Sandman, but it's just a sand person thing, and fire and a water guy, that's him. With the illusionist thing. I think that's him doing it. And then we come to find out and then it's like he's just kind of, fucked up in the head or something. He's the villain, but no. But I do agree with you that you don't have as many characters that you're emotionally invested in. But on the flip side, I also agree with you that it's going to get there. I think you're going to get far more invested in the Doctor Strange. Of course, personally, you love Doctor Strange. I said I think I'm going to really fall in love with Tom Holland as Spider-Man because so far it's been so great, and we're already at the point where he's already going to be almost out of high school, and that's when it gets really good for Spider-Man. High school Spider-Man's cool and all, but like when he gets out of it, but like when he gets out of it, it's badass. Like everything that he goes through, and that's going to be really cool. And maybe you get invested into like Scarlet Witch and Black Panther and Captain Marvel, and but that's why I think you're going to see solo movies for a while to get you in that moment.
I'm okay with that.
Get you
Build
locked
up again, to another good big moment with everybody together.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how they've been doing it. So
because what you saw, you'll never see again. You can't duplicate that. You can't.
no,
Not with all those heroes, all that entire fight scene. It was outstanding. You said it is probably your favorite Marvel movie now,
I believe so, yes.
Dan.
it had to be.
Just from your initial
I just don't
reaction.
understand how it couldn't be. Like, if you've been watching all 22 movies for the last 11 years, how could it not be the best one?
I do understand why people at first would say it was Infinity War. I get that. 'Cause I think
That's
Jose
where I
said
was
the
at.
same
Oh,
thing.
of course.
But when I'm in immediately, and I was like, maybe I'm just a prisoner of the moment. Maybe that's why I love Endgame so much. But then seeing it the second time, and like we talked about in the beginning, the fact that I got goosebumps a second time, and that I knew everything was coming, and I still felt all those emotions, case wrapped. That's my favorite Marvel movie of all time. Hands down. It's out. I mean, let alone your favorite superhero movie. None of those even come close. The Batman movies, they don't even come fucking close to what we just witnessed. They just don't.
No, sorry, Christopher Nolan.
Oh, awesome stories. Great. Heath Ledger, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That does not touch what Marvel just did.
I think a DC movie like that, like Justice League or anything they do, it will never replicate what Marvel did with
because they
this.
fucked it right away.
It's just those characters aren't like that. DC is very serious in my opinion, very serious and
I think
dark.
if you would have taken an approach and you would have kind of like, hey, like, okay, now recently, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, all those solo movies have been so badass. Man of Steel even is very good. The first
He's
one.
done though, so that's stupid.
Let's see, there's a lot of if on that. We don't know. But either way, if you would have just like done that from the jump, and then gave me a Batman movie, and then did this, and we teased Apocalypse,
Batman movie, but
and then
it
like
sucked,
keep
and then
teasing Apocalypse, but just Batman, not Batman vs Superman. That sucked.
Okay.
But like teasing Apocalypse, like they did with Thanos, and like honestly, I wouldn't have given a fuck if you just mirrored what Marvel did. Your movies just have a different tone. That's okay. I'm totally okay with a darker tone. You don't need a happy tone all the time. Like you said, it bothered you a little bit in the beginning when they're like joking around and shit. And you're like, all these people died. Like, what is going on? Why are people acting like this?
Well, because they probably thought, like, looking at it a second time,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, we killed Thanos. We have nothing to worry about. Go back in time, get the stones, do the snap, no problem.
Yeah.
And then once they realize something happened, they're like, oh.
You thought.
Yeah, poor Ant-Man. But like, if they would have done that properly with Justice League, I think it would have been an awesome moment as well. You would have been super hype if you liked those characters. But, they kind of fucked that up right away.
Alright, so my question to you guys is, we heard some great, like, quotes or one-liners that happened in Endgame.
Yeah.
What is your favorite one that you were just like, fucking A?
It's Avengers Assemble.
I was just about to say that.
I've waited 22 movies to hear this motherfucker say it. He almost said it at the end of Age of Ultron, where he's like, Avengers, and it cuts out. He almost says it in the fucking Infinity War. I'm like, dude, if I don't get this before Chris Evans is done, gonna be pissed. And just, I wish the delivery was better. I wish it was more, assemble! He didn't yell it.
It
It
was
was
like
soft.
Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, it was soft.
I was like, oh, okay.
But it was still the moment I was like, as soon as he said Avengers, I was like, oh, fully ready to roll.
I feel like that was perfect because it was Avengers and then
No, that, yeah.
assemble.
Yeah, that might have been...
I think that was probably the coolest way you could have done that line.
It was really cool, especially because he grabbed the hammer.
Yeah.
Yours?
I'll actually agree with the I mean, that or even just because it tugs the heartstrings when, like, says, I'm Iron Man. Because you're just like, oh, man, like, no. But, yeah, to me, it's probably almost a tie between those two. It was both just huge moments in the movie. They're just great quotes.
I'm gonna go through three that really stuck out to me.
Okay.
The first one is Scarlet Witch. When
You took everything from me?
yeah, like you took everything from me. He's like,
Advances.
I don't even know you.
Yeah.
She's like, you will.
Yeah.
And then just annihilates him. That was like
Made him kill his own army.
yeah. That was just like rain fire. Like
Did
that.
you get the picture I sent you about that?
No.
With Thanos' face and what it says?
No.
No, I'll show you later.
Okay. But yeah, no, that one was just like man, she's pissed. Like goddamn, like other people are mad,
Yeah.
but she's pissed. And she pretty much almost killed him by herself. Snapped his fucking sword that Thor's hammer couldn't do. Like fucking God. And she's just like, I'm just snapping this.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the Avengers assemble.
Yeah.
I think my best is when Thanos was like, "I am inevitable," and the Hollow snap, and then and I am, and then the Iron Man. That would probably be my favorite one.
Yeah, because
a very long
the Marvel
time.
Cinematic Universe began with him coming out and saying, "I'm Iron Man."
Yep.
And it ended with it. And it was just like, well, not the universe itself, but this phase ended. This whole thing. I cannot wait until all 22 movies are in a box set. And it's expensive as fuck, but I don't care. Buying all of them.
It looks cool, though.
It's going to be so cool when it happens. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I think all those quotes are really good. Every Ant-Man one-liner was great.
Just everything just little zingers.
Yeah, so good. Some of the Hulk shit was actually super fucking funny, and I enjoyed it. Like, when he keeps, like, he's like, well, yeah, we don't want to lose him in the 1950s. And he's like, you can't say that. And he's like, yeah, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. You know? Like, that type of shit was pretty good. He goes, what? I think this is a success. Like, there were certain things in Thor.
Or like, someone peed my pants.
Oh, yeah. I think it might have been me. I don't know if it was baby me or older me. Or just me. That was great. Everything Thor was fucking awesome because he was just drunk the whole time. He was a fat drunk.
Is he sleeping?
I love what he gets a hammer. He he braids his beard and everything.
Yeah.
He gets hair and everything. He still gets fat as shit and just like.
I also when him and Cap are fighting and he's using the hammer and Cap's using the axe. He's like, no, give me that one. You get the little one, and like tosses the hammer. And
Also, that was another really cool point right at the beginning where he's just like lightning and then dual wielding.
Yeah,
and I'm like, ooh, that's cool.
Another one too was when Cap grabs the hammer. And you could just see the joy on Thor's face, and he's like, "I knew it."
Yeah.
And like those things were so great.
I like the funny part where Captain America he sees himself in the past, and they fight each other. And he's like, "I do this all day." Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
It was awesome.
Or that is America's ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, super love, and I don't know if Marvel really intended this. Really funny that you stop a fight by using some significant person's name, like DC, Martha, and it was like, Bucky's still alive. What? And I laughed really hard about it when I thought about it. I was like, I don't know if that's what they were going for, but either way, I'm gonna take it that way. But yeah, no, America's ass. That was a good one. Yeah. Hulk no light stairs, and he's just, I don't know, man. That's why it's number one. That's why that movie's the best.
Only because of the second time. If I just watched it the first time, it'd still be Infinity War.
You know what I also really enjoyed, though? Was that when you saw Infinity War, part of you, like, you were mad that Thanos beat the fuck out of him, but at the same time, you're kind of like, well, I kind of get what he's doing. But this movie, they made sure really to make you just say, fuck that dude. Like, when he's like, I can't wait to beat the shit out of this planet, you know, whatever the hell he's talking about.
But see, that actually made me love him more, though.
Did it? But it let me...
Because he's just a mad titan that's just like, I wanted everything balanced, but you showed me that can't happen. Mm-hmm. I'm going to create a new universe that's way better and, will be more functional. Yeah. And you just made, like, the final stone to, like, I'm going to kill you all.
Yeah.
Like, that just made me think of, like, this dude is a fucking badass. Like, the coolest villain.
Yeah, no, Josh Brolin
because even with all three of them
badass,
coming, he's like, I don't give a shit. I'm knocking you out. I'm killing you.
Yeah.
You're more than likely going to die. And he's just like, you can't stop me.
Yeah.
Well,
even when he got dusted, I guarantee that's not the last we see of him. Because who's to say someone else doesn't get the Infinity Stones, snaps him back. All right, there's Thanos.
That's also very true.
Very, like, say years, right? Years in the future, we get all these fucking bad guys coming.
Yeah.
We get a huge team-up villain versus everybody.
I can't wait for Magneto to be introduced as well. Mm-hmm. That's going to be fucking fantastic. Fantastic. I don't know how they tie that in because Scarlet Witch is definitely his kid, but, like, hey, not worried about it.
They kind of hinted at that. They hinted at that in Civil War a little bit. Or Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
And Ultron?
Yeah, it was Ultron.
Was it Ultron?
Yeah.
He dies in Ultron.
Yeah,
that's why I was guessing. What do you mean?
Remember when they go into the lab?
Yeah.
And they're like in there, like, oh, we need to do it. I swear there was someone that said, oh yeah, these are the kids from, and they mentioned Magneto's name. They mentioned something about him.
I don't remember.
I had to watch it. You just
Yeah,
watched it. But
Yeah, I know, but I don't remember.
that's one thing that always stuck with me.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that one. I don't know, but
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty
I
sure.
hope that it gets tied in. But like I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. As long as I get X-Men alongside my Avengers and my fan, I don't give a fuck. It's like everything I ever wanted. I don't care. But for people that were huge Marvel comic book fans, this was perfect for you. This was a comic book movie. This was outstanding. It gave you every moment.
And everything tied together. Everybody finished up their storylines. Everybody got to where they needed to
There
go.
was no loose ends. I mean, there is a little bit because of the time thing, but like in reality, I mean, everyone finished off pretty good overall. Out of 10, Joey, what do you give it?
Excuse me. Like I said, after the first watch, I probably would have gave it a 9. After the second one, I'm probably giving it a 10.
I didn't think I thought you'd say a 9, but all right.
No, like I said, the first one was definitely a 9.
Yeah.
Because the first part of the movie did not like it at all.
But that whole last 40 minutes.
That sold me. That's what gave it a 9. Otherwise, I was going to give it like a fucking 7. But after watching it that second time, where I could truly appreciate everything, it's clearly, like, for me, it's a damn near perfect movie.
Dan.
I give it like an 8.5.
Okay. You've also only seen it once.
Yeah, that's true. But I also like, see, for me to rate a movie, like, anything above 9 is just, like, one in a million movies.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, like Shawshank Redemption, those kind of things. Like, I mean, like, so it's really
You
hard for me
wouldn't
to put...
consider Endgame a 1 in a million?
Not like that, though. Like,
No?
Like, for us, it is, but
For its
like,
genre, you don't think it's a 1
I'm
in
just
a
saying, but
million?
like, I feel like, because like, you can show anybody Shawshank Redemption, but holy crap, that's an amazing
Okay,
movie.
I get that.
You're like, this is for us, like, so like, for us, it's a little more biased, but like, to me,
Yeah.
you put it there, it's like, oh, because I just like it, but like, I can't just show everybody Endgame and everybody be like, that's outstanding. 'Cause you
Okay,
gotta
yeah, I
get
get your
into
point.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 8.5.
That's to me, yeah, so like, it's still one of the best movies ever, but to me, like, to give it something like that, it has to be such a movie that like anybody could think of it as an outstanding movie.
I guess if we're rating it for plebs and the losers that don't watch Marvel, yes, I would agree with like an 8.
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say 8.5.
But for people who are actually
For me personally,
intellectuals,
Oh, me
Well,
personally, I always put a 10, but it's
okay,
Exactly,
that's what I was
yeah.
getting
But
at.
like,
But yeah, you're not what's his nuts?
a degenerate.
No, the guy that
Oh.
always critiques the movies.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, you're not Rotten Tomatoes, man. Don't worry about it. Just whatever you like, bro.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
put it
10,
there.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a 10.
I fucking love it.
I do agree, though. Yeah, no, totally. If I was like, I'm a proper movie reviewer, it'd be an 8.5.
Like, I thought we were actually getting like an
Maybe
actual
9.
rating. Not like
No,
a
maybe
like,
a 9.
Okay.
Maybe a 9. But I do get what your point. Like, it's not
Okay.
Shawshank. It's not Departed.
Mhm.
You know, it's not that.
Yeah.
But
Mad Max.
Mad Max, no. But this is about damn near perfect as a superhero movie that you could ever get. I don't know if anything will ever touch it. That's up to Marvel and whoever else decides to make superhero movies.
That was it, yeah, because if they've done something like this, they could do it. I guess the hard thing we do is the emotional impact.
That's literally
really
what
what
it
you're
is.
gonna say. Yeah, that would be hard. But again, you never know because you can get invested into new characters that get introduced or
That's
that
why
they further develop.
I
But
leave
do
it
I
out
want
there.
to get attached?
You never know.
I don't want to get attached anymore.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
like
say
Game
about
of
Game of
Thrones,
Thrones? I did not to say that. Yeah. Game of Thrones, man.
But let me tell you, man, I don't know if it'll ever be a moment like that. I find it very hard to believe you'll duplicate it to that perfection because of Tony, Cap, Black Widow, the connection you made to each one of the original 6 Avengers. You made a connection to each one of them in some way or form. And 3 of them are gone. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So, fan-fucking-tastic,
3
boys.
out of like 50, yeah.
Yeah. No, out of the original Avengers. 6, 3 are gone.
Yeah.
Cap, Iron Man, Widow. You're down to Hulk, Hawkeye, and
Honestly,
Thor.
really call Hawkeye.
he is a part of the
he
original
is,
Avengers.
but,
Yeah, no, he is.
I know, but
Hey, man, I love Green Arrow, and that man just shoots fucking arrows. So
it's not really. It's just like they just did a really lazy, shitty job with like making Hawkeye like it's just.
But that's who he is, though.
I know.
I mean, even in the comics, I don't even think he's like that awesome. I just think he's Hawkeye.
I doubt it.
I mean,
is,
it's hard to make a character that's literally just a dude that shoots a bow.
And that's
Yeah,
why when
yeah.
motherfuckers complain that they want a Green Arrow movie, I'm like, you don't need it. I
You don't
love the
want
TV
it.
show. It's fantastic, but I don't know if a movie would be justice.
I guess
for
because
that.
show you can develop it better and actually do a
Hell
lot
yeah,
more
it's
with
smaller.
it. Yeah.
You don't have. You got
I see
You
that.
got like 24, 45-minute episodes a season. It's okay. not a 3-hour movie where I'm like, hey man, can't wait to see this guy shoot a bunch of bows and shit.
Bro, he's gonna whip out his bow? What?
Now the
That's
only
green.
kick with Green Arrow is that he has different bows, like boxing glove bow and like fun shit like that.
Those are
So,
arrows.
yeah. Well, yeah, arrows. Yeah, you're sorry.
Idiot.
I'm not.
You watched the fucking show? Do you know?
He doesn't. He doesn't really use a lot of trick arrows in that show.
Over
Spoiler
budget,
alert.
that's why.
Sorry about that.
Over
Wow,
budget.
we
Can't
didn't
do
say
it.
that.
We didn't.
I need to watch 7 seasons of that show anymore.
You totally should. It's very good.
Well,
All right,
I haven't.
I think we're
We're good.
I think we wrapped. I think we did a good review.
We did. We did. As always, you can find us on Facebook.com/BigJandBB Show and on Twitter at BigJandBB Show. You can find us on all podcasts, 10 different platforms, including Stitcher, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts because of Anchor. And just want to say, Dan, it's been a pleasure. We've been doing this since the beginning of
Oh,
Second City Sports
yeah.
Chat.
It's like the end of a 22 movie,
It's
11
the end of an
year.
era.
Yep, it's not the end, though. It's
No,
just,
no, no.
to see you
It's a
later.
hiatus.
It's not a goodbye. It's see you later.
But you know what, Dan? We love you 3,000.
God damn it! Fuck you. I was gonna say that at the end for like my sign off
Oh,
thing.
that's
You
cute.
Fucking
We
bitch.
still can use it, but whatever.
Stupid mother.
I'm glad it was for me.
I'm
Fuck you.
mad.
Yeah, fuck you. Glad it was for me. Thank you.
Damn it, Ryan.
You know what?
I do it through your
Damn
fucking
you.
phone.
Dan,
Let's
Fuck
go.
you.
Dan,
No,
Let's go.
you shut up there.
No, do your
For
dumbass
one-
shut up
call.
over
Let's
there.
go.
For one more time, my favorite
Hey.
time, Dan, quote of the week.
And this is gonna be too hard. I'm gonna say it really slow so we can just get in the moment.
So Joey
really
can think of
get-
another
yeah,
send
so,
off?
Yeah. But, okay, so thanks Ryan for one last time for a while. Not the end though.
No.
So just to be clear, all right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah,
All right.
not agreeing with me.
It's like Tony all over.
All right, but okay. So, anyways, the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Confucius.
Fucking cute. You stay breezy, Chicago.